of a time jump, ladies and gentlemen. It's the next day. It's a weird day as well because I'm working from home because I need to take the car to the garage to get MOT'd and serviced. I'm spending the day here and I should be at work in about 5 minutes, but I also need to take my car to the garage in half an hour, so I'm staying in Bristol. The garage is like the other side of Bristol, and normally that's a pain in the arse. It normally means I've got to like bus over there or stay in town so I can pick up the car at the end of the day. But I got my longboard, boys, so I should be able to get there, longboard back, wait for him to say it's ready, longboard there, not a problem. Also though, I will be on some semi-main roads for a little bit at the very least. And I'm not sure how confident I am in this remote yet. I've realised that it's the dead man's trigger I'm not used to, I think. If I turn that off I'd be fine, but I want to try and get used to it. But it's just, and the brake is just a little bit less, I'm less confident in the brake. Maybe because the other ones trained me to press the brake real fucking lightly. But this one, you've got to press it, you've got to go for it. Yesterday was a bit of a dud day, progress-wise. I managed to finish off the styling of my page, and I'm just trying to get the view to integrate with it. The work this is. And I'm struggling with that, I'm still struggling with that, as the rest of the day I was spent with someone else trying to sort out a stepper wizard powered by Vue. So that was literally all day. That was good fun, and a couple of meetings as well because of like fire marshal training and stuff. But yeah, so it was a bit of a whistle-stop day. I then ended up racing back home. Well, not racing back, but you know what I mean. I came back, and then I was spending time with Laura because obviously Laura was out all the day before because of her mediation thing at work. I completely forgot about you guys. I'm sorry, man. So hopefully today I'm going to finish off this sending secure email function that I'm currently working on. Since I can basically get my head down and just churn out some code at home, apart from having to wait for my car and stuff. I'm basically more productive. I'm always a bit more productive when I can get my head down and work. I've kind of picked up this role where I'm a sort of support role for a lot of people. I'm kind of like a bit more senior than I used to be, not by role, but by responsibility. And being able to be in a different like at home, I'll be like, if someone sends me an issue, I'm like, sorry, lol. I'm out the office, someone else can deal with it. So it's kind of like me and this other guy. But he has the ability to kind of put his headphones on and get away from it all a bit better than I do. I seem to get hounded a little bit more. But yeah, I think our entire team isn't in today, because someone else I was working with yesterday is at home. Literally, we've only got the testers in, and the testers are working on the other team, so our team is basically disbanded for the day. I should go anyway, because I know I need to defrost the car. Ugh, God. It's freezing, but thankfully it's dry. So, damn. Oh, that didn't work the first time. The first time I tried that, the door didn't even open. Right. I do not remember the last time it was this cold. It's freezing. And I'm walking around the floor, and the floor is real slippy. I've never seen the car that icy before. This car, anyway. I have to be really careful on that longboard coming back. Damn! I'm tad early, so I'm waiting around the corner. The floor is a lot wetter than I thought it would be. It's going to be really greasy and icy, unfortunately. But that's life. That's life, ladies and gentlemen. Right, is it about time to go yet? I'm literally just around the corner. I reckon we should go. Pavement's dry, but the road is wet, so looks like I'm pavementing. He's also not here yet, so I'm running to Sainsbury's to go to the toilet. A little bit anxious, because he's not arrived. It is definitely today, but basically what I think has happened, and look at that focus there. Overnight it was like real cold, obviously, as you saw by the car, but then today is actually really warm. So all the ice has just melted, and it's so fucking wet. I can't believe how wet it is. But it feels like warm and dry. Well, not warm, obviously, and like that with a pinch of salt, but it's like this combination of there's ice everywhere, it's wet on the floor, but it feels warm and dry in the air. Strange. Anyway, I'm nearly back. Gotta get some work done, boys. I need to put this on charge before I have to go and take it back. Not this, the board itself. The thing that I don't like about front-end development, like CSS and JavaScript, and mainly, to be honest, mainly CSS, but I just had a problem where Vue was hiding something wrong, or the fact that it was attempting to hide something else would just, oh no, a VIF or a VShow problem. So I used a VIF and then it just fucked over something I had. And the styles all went, and I was looking in the styles, and it actually was, I need to change it to a VShow instead because the data I had wasn't being validated, started up properly. But it's like, what is it like? Kind of like, it's ready to just stab you in the back at any given moment. If it's got a chance, It sees you're not paying attention and just goes, it's there, it's poised, it's ready. You don't pay attention, it's like, BAM! Fuck you, boy! And then it's like one of them ones where you're stabbed so aggressively, so sharply, so suddenly that you don't feel it. You don't feel it, you're just walking along and then all of a sudden you just keel over and die. It's fucking irritating. Whenever I work from home, I always get hungry earlier. And I just have like a craving for biscuits. Hopefully though, UI stuff is out of the way. I need to... Again, I can't see the monitors. I finished my tea. After years and years of writing literally hundreds, literally hundreds of unit tests that use an inline theory to drive in a string, a null, empty string and white space into validators to make sure that it all... Any method really, to make sure that it's doing parameter guarding and all that kind of stuff, or validators, make sure they're validating. I've only just created a class for that, and just had like a reusable class where I could just extend that wherever I need to, and I don't have to recopy out this thing every single time. God damn. Literally on my way to lunch there, I'm like, fuck this man, I'm gonna make one for email addresses as well. I'm all for anything that can go any kind of way to make testing easier for other people, because I... sad enough to painstakingly type in every last little bit to test every last little thing, but other people are lazy. So if I can make it easier for them, then I will. Where's the fucking Nexus? Lunch, an episode of Suits, and a little bit of hoovering just for fun. Back to work, man. Got more validators to write, boy. Validators on the front end are all done. I just need to bind them so that they're visible in the actual view to the user. Done pull requests as well. I always find it harder to do pull requests when I'm like remote. Like a weird bug fix has just gone in and I'm like, this is kind of strange. What's going on? And I'm like trying to figure out all the details from it, all the deets from Slack, which is a party in the park. But yeah, validator's done. I need to bind that into the view and then I need to start rolling into the back. The problem I'm having is it's actually taking me the amount of time I estimated. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to go and just like start bashing some stuff out, but it's actually kind of fiddly. The one on the back end should be nice and quick because I've done the one on the front end, which usually means it's free. But there's some quite tasty ones because I've got like a semicolon separated list of emails I wanted to validate. So that was kind of a tasty one to write tests for. They're good fun, good fun. I'm kind of like validators. I find them strangely like therapeutic. They're one of the things that I decided to focus on. Like I'm the kind of person, kind of developer who I pick something and I'm like, right, this, I'm gonna fucking understand this. And I like understand all the way the API runs because I like had a deep dive on it when I did my validation mapper. And likewise AutoMapper is one of those things as well. So yeah, good times. Having a bit of a tea break and then we should get this MVC binding through, get it wrapped into the controller, and then I should be able to start focusing on the back end instead of the front end back end. That makes sense? All sorted, except for the fact that my comma separated, I've cut a corner basically to get the, well no, I've been really fucking clever, to get the comma separated list to validate properly on the MVC. Unfortunately that means I'm struggling to get the validation error message to appear on the front end. So I've just got to figure that mother trucker out, but then we should be there. Right, what do I need to do? I need to put some shoes on, I need to roll out. I've got to be a bit careful here, I'm about to head off, but I'm trying to map a route. Because the problem is, between me, there's no way around this either, between me and the mechanic is some sort of massive hill. Like we're talking like Park Street at its least, at its shallowest, Park Street, which is huge, or St Michael's Hill at its worst, which is short but steep. And I'm like, how am I going to get there? This is why I charged it. I didn't actually need to charge it, but I know that it's going to drain the battery going up one of these hills. Part of me wants to try St Michael's Hill just because of how steep it is. Bottled it. I didn't go up St Michael's, but I did go up Park Street, and that's a feat on its own. That's in GT mode, 25% throttle, 12 mile an hour up the hill, done. It didn't even break a sweat, and it didn't even use a lot of the battery either, so I probably didn't even need to charge it. YOLO. Otherwise, I finished all the validator stuff on the front end for work. What I need to do now is start driving it into the actual back end, which should be way quicker, especially now I've got the validators all written. What else? That's it, bedtime. I'm not going to wake up at 2, I'm going to wake up at 6. Another time jump, god damn it, what the goddamn hell. Today has been a worky day, mostly. because, well no, actually it hasn't been. This morning, it turned out it was, because I've now dived kind of like balls deep into something. I've basically gone from creating a web front end, a very basic web front end, to now adding like view validation and stuff, because I want validation to trigger as you type rather than on postbacks and all that kind of stuff. And I was trying to get the ASP validation to look good in semantic UI, and I just couldn't, because without writing like a tag helper, it's just a bit gross. This morning I got all the validation all hooked in to my web pages, and I'm now like going through and styling my security service. But I realised that I want some validation, so I spent a good like hour and a half trying to configure it all. I think I've got it running, I just need to add it in. I'm struggling to, the way that you add, what's it called? Vuelidate, I think it's called, not Vuelidate. The way that you add that is a little bit different to the way that I was expecting, and therefore it's kind of difficult to smash it into TypeScript, but I'll figure it out. Otherwise, as well, today was a day of talking, because Laura's family came down. Mum and Dad came, sat here for about 4 or 5 hours, just sat talking here. And then we went out for a meal recently, and we just come back and it's time to go to bed. So this is also why I've canned off sleeping, and also why this vlog's trash. The sooner I wrap up this video, the better, man. It's not going well. Today, we've had a semi-similar day to yesterday. We went out for a nice long walk and a coffee and cup of tea, lunch with Laura's family before they headed back up to Nottingham. Woke up this morning and did a little bit, had breakfast and did a little bit of programming. I've been trying really hard to get view validation into my project, but it's all TypeScript, and view validators don't seem to support TypeScript very well. So I can like write the JavaScript, but obviously it won't compile, it won't go through the TypeScript compiler, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. People seem to be alluding to the fact that they can do it, but no one seems to have shown how they did it. And it looks like a lot of people are basically just doing some like filthy hacks to get it there, which I'm all for, but show me what the filthy hack is. Otherwise, we spent most of our evening this evening making something. Beth and Ben bought me a Curry Club spicery subscription thing. I don't know what it is. But you basically get like a little pack comes through the door. It's got a shitload of spices in, and then you cook a curry. So we cooked a curry with chutney, carrot pickle, something, and then kind of naan bread. It was really nice. Yeah, so it's like the curry was really nice. The rice was really nice. We weren't so chuffed on the other stuff, and the naan breads were alright, but they were a bastard. The kitchen looked like an absolute bomb had hit it. It's just like everything ever. We managed to go through every single spoon we ever had. It's mad. But it was worth it in the end. They've got like another 2 months. It's one of them like monthly subscription things. I've got another 2 months of things, so I'm looking forward to the next time. It's going to be really good. It's actually quite a good idea, that. To be like, for people who like cooking, I guess. I think it's called like The Spicery is the company, I believe. But it is on, well, I don't know. We'll find out what the next one's like. But it was delicious. I do feel very full though. I've got a bit of a stomachache too. Right, I think one more day. I need to sort out the video. I don't know how long this video is, because I still have last video on the camera still, which isn't very good. So I believe I'm going to be waking up early. Wake up early, try and figure out my validation problem, sort out a video. That's my plan of attack. Also thinking about, partially thinking about dropping TypeScript, because I don't think I do enough front end stuff for it to be worth it. And I think I'd rather have an advanced validation framework than I would TypeScript. In the road nice and early this morning because it's foggy. It's the first day back after half term or some shit, and that usually means that the traffic is going to be absolutely atrocious. Also, this is the first time I've vlogged in the car since having the service. The car is significantly quiet. There's a car behind me that's making a chattering noise, but this car is significantly quieter than it was pre-service because of something they fixed on the rear right wheel. it is like mind-blowing just how much more quiet it was. You know, when you kind of get used to something. I think it was something to do with the bearing was really loud or some shit. But it is now nice and fixed, just like my view validation, which is dope. I have View and Vuelidate, I believe it's called, integrated into my front end now. I sacrificed Typescript. I just lopped it off. Because I know we want to use Vuelidate at work, so I'm going to mention it to someone and be like, by the way, I spent most of my weekend, well, at least a couple of hours of my weekend trying to figure out how to get Vuelidate to work with Typescript, and couldn't figure it out. I hope you've got a plan. Otherwise it's not going to work, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I've got it working. I have one more thing to investigate before I move off of the thing I'm on at the moment. I'm on the registration page, and I'm figuring out the complexities required in order to do validation on a password, because obviously it's stored in Vue as a plain text string, and I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like passwords shit me up, right? I'm more than happy to have that posted back to my server and have that run the validation. That's fine, it's on my server, I can deal with that. But when it's like stored in the front end variable, I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm 99% sure it doesn't matter, but I just want to make quadruple 100% double sure. It's only being used, I'm not like storing it permanently in like a cookie or anything like that. It's literally in memory while you're on the page, for validation purposes only. But taking the stance of rather being safe than sorry on when it comes to security and things like that. So I've got to figure that out, but otherwise I'm ready. I just need to just start rolling this out across all of the other pages that I've got, which is good. The other thing I need to look at as well, which we're going to need to start looking at for work as well, is unit tests for JavaScript. So I need to figure out how to get unit tests and how to drive them into my automated build process. That's my plan of attack. I'm not sure whether or not that's going to be semi-scuppered by the fact that we don't have TypeScript, but we'll get there. Just got to the park and ride as well. I've brought my longboard, but I'm not going to longboard in this morning because it's a little bit too wet, so I'm going to longboard in on the way back. I'm just waiting for the bus. So last night I finally got around to sorting out my video. I'm dawning on day 2,500, which is pretty cool. Although the days are semi-unofficial now, but I'm still dawning on it, so that's always good. But yeah, so I sorted out that video. I need to sort this video out, I think tomorrow, and then we can roll in and I'll start day 2000 on day 2500. God damn! Right, come on, bus. It is too wet. There's like puddles. If you can see a puddle, it's too wet. If I was in jeans and not work trousers, I'd do it. But such a pain in the ass to deal with when it's too wet. It's quite frustrating at work because the work I'm doing, I keep doing it in the amount of time I said it would take me to do it. It's really annoying me because for the past couple of sprints I've been able to like just chalk off huge amounts of work because we've overestimated usually, and then the burn down chart just suddenly goes like poof. But I'm just kind of chipping away at all of my stuff, and then I'm like the only one chipping away. The other two are working on like a big chunky piece that's going to kind of like fall out at the end, so they're going to get the burn down, and I'm just kind of chuntering along at a nice steady pace. I'm doing a proper good pace, but it's just I don't get the nice satisfactory bang, there goes all that work, you know. I'm on the tail end of it now. All I need to do is I need to start doing sort of like message bus and Saga stuff, but otherwise I'm almost there. It's been a pretty good day today. Had my little nap, and also had to go out and have lunch, which was hard fitting that in. We had a jolly good fun day, and then we came back here, had some shopping and all that good stuff. All of the Monday treats, living the dream. Managed to longboard back as well, which was pretty good, and I almost crashed on the longboard. Going along the path by the river, and there's like puddles, so I went to the right. Obviously you go on the left in general. I go on the right and a cyclist is coming all the way, and I speed up so that I can get through the puddle first. So I'm sped up now, I'm like 18 miles an hour. Go through the puddle, open through the gap in the puddle, and the cyclist who's coming at me goes, I go left to get out of his way so he can go through the gap. He goes right, i.e. like directly in front of me, And because of like the speed I'm going at, I had to then very quickly like then wobble back again, because otherwise we just careered into each other. And then as he goes around me and goes through the puddle instead of around it, I'm then like wobbling, trying to re-stabilise myself. It's pretty good fun. As much fun as that possibly can be. I've got a really itchy arm. Anyway, we need to wake up again, and we need to finish off all of my front end stuff. I'm going to do validation on the password. I'm going to finish off all of the front end stuff for every page that I have that isn't the one that I actually care about, which is what basically happened for this. So I'm going to, because I've now got Vue and Vuelidate included in the security service. I don't have it anywhere else at the moment. But yeah, so I'm just going to kind of sweep through, make everything look all pretty, and then I can start actually integrating it with the thing that I'm trying to do, which is storing repositories and stuff. Whew. It's a lot of work to do, man. I need a way to vlog without the wind noise, you know? Without dropping my camera as well. Gee, what a lovely day. I could have basically come the entire way today. It's so, like, well, it's not bone dry, but it's dry enough. And it's nice and warm as well, it's not even cold. I spent my evening / morning finishing off my Vue validation stuff, and then realising I had to redeploy my controllers for the first time because of something, I don't know what it was. And then I discovered that my stuff wasn't compiling. Basically what I was doing, I was just hotfixing the JavaScript into the deployed package because of the way Service Fabric works. And I'm now like fucked. So I either need to basically TypeScript's fighting with my non-TypeScript file, and I need to either strip out TypeScript completely or get it working in TypeScript. So I'm gonna have one last crack at it tonight. But God, it's frustrating. So I basically got nowhere. I'm worse off this morning than I was last morning, which is so frustrating, and I can't stop this camera. Tuesday night film night, we went to go see 3 billboards, which was pretty good. Actually really liked it. What else has gone on today though? I'm going to end my video here. The one thing, I've almost finished my story, but I'm about to start like taking over and helping the other team again because someone's going on holiday. So I'm like, tomorrow I'm going to sit in on a meeting and then kind of shadow this other team, which is going to be a fucking nightmare. But you know when you're like, how am I expected to get my actual shit done? That kind of busy. We'll get there. It was a pretty good day today, to be honest with you. Then we came home, had some pizza, headed on to the to the cinema. Every now and again we go to a different cinema. We went to the one in town today, and it's like luxury seating compared to the shitty one that we go to sometimes because it's easier to drive to, or parking's free. Fucking hell. I mean, I'd pay like £3 more to go to that one. Don't give me any ideas. I head to bed. It's like 3 minutes to 11, so I need to get in bed sharpish. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have one more crack at getting this TypeScript sorted. One more fucking crack, and then if it doesn't work, I'm gonna strip TypeScript completely instead of just half it. I'm gonna just rip the whole thing out. So I've got to sort out this video and whatnot, obviously. I'll catch you later.